Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming back to Lesson 128. This is a big one. The world I see, that's the key word, the world I see holds nothing that I want. And then it jumps right in. The world you see holds nothing that you need to offer you, nothing you can use in any way, not anything at all that serves to give you joy. The reason why is because the world does not inherently have any substance. It is not inherently creative. It's more like a big moving picture. Like a picture on your wall can't really do anything. Believe this thought and you are saved from years of misery, from countless disappointments, and from hopes that turn to bitter ashes of despair. We keep hoping this is going to work out. No one but must accept this thought as true if he would leave the world behind and soar beyond its petty scope and little ways. Now, that doesn't mean leaving the world behind that you go off and commit suicide. It just means we're going to begin to see a different world, even though we're still here in form. So each thing you value here is but a chain that binds you to the world, and it will serve no other end but this. For everything must serve the purpose you have given it. In this case, it's like to hide out until you see a different purpose here. The only purpose worthy of your mind this world contains is that you pass it by, without delaying to perceive some hope where there is none. Be deceived no more. The world you see holds nothing that you want. It's made of fear and guilt. It is our own distress, you might say, dumped out of our minds and showing up as the world. The raw material of the world that we normally inhabit is made up of fear and guilt. How do we think it's going to offer us anything we want? Okay, now, escape today the chains you place upon your mind when you perceive salvation here, because it's not inherently here. Salvation is finding our way home, so being here is not finding our way home. For what you value, you make part of you as you perceive yourself. All things you seek to make your value greater in your sight limit you further, hide your worth from you, and add another bar across the door that leads to true awareness of yourself. In other words, as long as you think you're a little body, personality, ego, then what we think the world is for is to try to be special and to try to be okay and try to be safe and try to be noticed and somehow try to make all this work. Like, oh, it's hopeless. Let nothing that relates to body thoughts, whether that's safety or whether or not we use the body as it says, as bait to catch another fish, delay your progress to salvation. You see, this is not the matter that this is bad. It's the matter that it's not the truth of anything. And you can't find love or joy or peace in something that's not the truth of any of those. So do not permit temptation to believe the world holds anything you want hold you back. There's nothing here to cherish, nothing worth one instant of delay and pain, not one moment of uncertainty and doubt. The worthless offer nothing. Certainty of worth, which is what we so want, cannot be found in worthlessness. So today we're going to practice letting go of all thought of the values that we have given to the world, like how it's going to offer us something or provide something. Now, I'm not talking about the fact that the world appears to shelter us and give us food and so on, and yet all of those things are outward manifestations of the offerings that we are actually making to the world. We're really the ones who are offering the abundance that we experience or lack thereof. What's in our minds becomes form. We can't say that too many times. So, we leave this world free of purposes we gave its aspects, its phases, and its dreams. We're going to hold it purposeless within our minds and loosen it from all we wish it were. We wish it could provide what we want it to provide. So, we're in the world, but what if we say, I have no idea what anything is for. I don't know what's going to happen here. Thus do we lift the chains that bar the door to freedom from the world to go beyond all these little values and diminished goals. We're so small here. We don't want that. This is the idea of being in the world, but not of it, not of its littleness. So peace and be still a little while, and see how far you rise above the world. That doesn't mean the idea of I'm better than the world in some sort of a judgmental way. It's just that it loses its grip on you. It can't tell you what to do anymore. When you release your mind from chains and let it seek the level where it finds itself at home, that's referring to your mind, will be grateful to be free a while. So the mind is not all tied up with I have to do this and I can't do this and how do I get to be safe and so on. The mind knows where it belongs. Free its wings and it will fly in sureness and in joy to join its holy purpose of always love. Let it rest in its Creator, where it is restored to sanity, to freedom, and to love. So give 10 minutes rest today, 3 times a day, and when your eyes are opened afterwards, you will not value anything you see as much as when you looked at it before. The whole perspective on the world is going to shift by just a little every time the mind is allowed to escape its chains. The world is not where the mind belongs. In other words, the mind is just being forced to focus by us, of course, not by anything outside of ourselves, in a place where it's not at home. And you belong where your mind would be, and where it goes to rest when you release it from the world. Your guide is sure. Open your mind to this guide. Be still and rest. Protect your mind throughout the day as well. And when you think you see some value or an aspect or an image of the world, refuse to lay this chain upon your mind, but tell yourself with quiet certainty, I'm not going to let this tempt me to delay myself. The world I see holds nothing that I want. Big, important, weird-sounding idea, but you get used to it after a while. Goodbye for now.